Hey girlies, it's Tammi. So I'm back at you with another video today. I'm going to be doing my review testing video on the contour kits by Makeup Revolution. You would have saw it in my last video. I was going to start this video with foundation on because I'm like so annoyed with my skin right now, but it does have a color corrector in here, so I thought I might as well show you how that works before I go and put my foundation on.
Could swear it's been 700 degrees in here since you came in. I could swear that this room has been running out of air, and now it's starting to spin. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could. Swear that I'm fainting, I think I'm losing my sight, I swear I'm hitting the floor. I could swear that my stomach just sunk a meter, I'll be dead if I take any more.
First, of course, I'm going to start with the cream contour kit, and I'm going to use the orange corrector shade right here, and I'm just going to try correct my whole face. Now, first dipping into it, the first layer is super dry, but then once you get past that, it's quite creamy. So, and it feels quite thick, I must say. So I've got some on my finger. I'm just gonna dab it right on top. It is a really nice orange. It's a really deep orange shade, so it's definitely gonna work for darker skin tones. Okay, so that works really well. It's a nice orange color, not too pastel-y, if you know what I mean. It's a really nice orange. So yeah, I'm just gonna put foundation on, and then I'll be right back with the cream contour and highlighting. There's no point me showing you the foundation part because everybody knows how to put on foundation, I hope. Okay, so I did my eyebrows off camera, and I'm gonna move on to cream highlighting. I'm literally so scared to use these because I have to go pick up my kids from school after filming this, so I don't want to look like a crazy person. So we're gonna use a tiny bit, and if it starts looking crazy, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna reach for my LA Girl Pro Conceal, okay? Okay. So I'm gonna use a damp sponge to apply this just because I wanna start with a thin layer so we can see what's happening. I'm gonna go with this shade because it is a tiny bit deeper, if that's the word I can use, a tiny bit darker than that one. But while we're on the highlight topic, excuse the mess of this pan because I'm obsessed with this concealer kit, which is the Freedom Pro Conceal and Correct palette in dark. Now these are the types of shades. You see the golden yellow undertones in the product. That is what I was expecting in this contour kit. I was expecting them to kind of have golden yellow undertones to work on my skin, but you know, let's see how this shade goes. So I'm taking it on the sponge. That is white. That is white. I look like I just put white foundation under my eye. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can make this work. It doesn't look that bad in person. It's just really light, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this kind of skin tone shade and try dab that under. Okay, I think that might be working. Oh, it's working. It's working. It's just taking away that white cast, if you know what I mean. It's giving it a bit more warmth so it doesn't look so crazy. Okay, that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty good. So you have to mix these two shades to get a nice highlight. Well, I do anyway. So now on my sponge, I have a combo of the two, the light one and then the other one that I showed you. And I feel like this is working really well. You know, as well as can be expected. I would still prefer if we had these shades, because then I wouldn't have to mix and match. Everything would just work. And then I'm going to take my duo fiber brush, which I always use for cream contour by Coastal Scents, and I'm going to dip into, okay, so just for the sake of using different shades, because I did swatch this one in my last video, I'm going to use this shade right here. Do they have names? No, they don't. Okay, so I'm going to use this shade right here. Ooh, that is very deep. And that's not even the deepest one. So I'm going to take the sponge I use for my foundation and just dab it over. That is a really deep shade. Gorgeous though, gorgeous. I'm so glad that, you know, it shows up and it looks gorgeous. I'm going to put some of that around my forehead. And then blend it out with my foundation again. I meant foundation sponge. Okay, so because the cream highlight shade was way too light, I know that this is going to be way too light to set it with, these two highlighter shades, so I'm not even going to risk it. I'm just going to use the Makeup Revolution banana powder, which a couple of you guys asked me to use anyway, and I will do a Ben Nye versus Makeup Revolution, you know, side by side, but today I'm just going to use this one so you guys can see what it does. Sorry, it's creasing like crazy, so you definitely have to set these concealers. I'm going to do a little bit of baking. So my skin is quite dry at the moment, so I'm not going to bake everywhere. I'm just going to bake literally around, really close to my eyes. This is always what happens. Yeah, I'm just going to bake there. Next thing you know, it's just habit. Okay, so while that's baking, I'm going to take this powder right here. It's the lightest contour shade. I'm just going to take it and set the rest of my face to see if you can use it as a... Of course you can use it as a face powder, but I'm going to set the rest of my face basically. So I'm going to take this brand new brush which I got from Neve Cosmetics. Oh my god, Italian brand, so you know this is quality. Quality, so soft and so dense. Look how much bristles are in this brush. There's a whole set. Where's the set? Hold on. Okay, so this is the full set, girlies. How stunning are these brushes just to have in your collection? They're nearly hit my face. So this is the Crystal Brush Set by Neve Cosmetics, N-E-V-E. I used to call them Neve Cosmetics, I'm so sorry, but someone corrected me in my last video about them. I did an unboxing video. So right now they are on sale for 20% off because they just launched basically, so it's their launch sale. I showed this to you guys on Snapchat and you guys loved it, so I thought I'd just show it to you in a video just in case anyone else was interested. They are by Neve Cosmetics. So I'm going to take this big nice fluffy brush and I'm going to dip it into this shade right on the edge right here, which is kind of like my foundation shade. I think that's how it looks in the pan. I hope it comes out that way. And I'm just going to set, ooh, it's quite nice. A little bit of a red tone to it. I'm going to use that shade to buff away the bakage as well. So all the other four contour shades are really dark. There's nothing really bronzer material. I think they could have done one more bronzer shade, like a nice kind of just a tiny bit deeper than this one, and then 3 other contour shades. That would have been perfect, but however they've designed it, that's how we're going to use it. So I'm going to dip into this shade right here. So far they are really pigmented. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, that is really pigmented. And then I'm going to go in with, just for the sake of using more stuff, I'm going to go in with this kind of grey toned contour shade. All the rest are kind of reddish toned. This is grey toned, so I'm going to use that to contour. Okay, I think I'm contoured to the gods now. Enough. So now I'm just going to take my brush, which I always use to sweep away my bakage, and just sweep away my bakage. So I really like the banana powder. I like it better when I use it with my Edit Girl Pro Conceal, I must say. I'm not really a fan of it like this. It seems to have clung to my dry patches under my eye. But when I used the LA Girl Pro Conceal the other day and I used the Makeup Revolution banana powder, it did not look this dry. Under my eyes is looking kind of dry, but maybe once I've sprayed my face with setting spray, it won't look like this. So I'm going to take the same banana powder by Makeup Revolution and set underneath my contour lines just to sharpen everything up, because I use so many shades I got a bit carried away. And I'm just going to wipe that away straight away. I'm not going to let it sit. Okay, and just for the sake of using more stuff out of this palette, I'm just going to use this orange shade as blush. Okay, so this orange is definitely a blush. You can see right there, it's definitely a blush. Should I take a tiny bit of the highlight shade under my eyes? I'm going to take a tiny bit just for you guys, So I'm going to take this kind of, this one has a, I can't think of any other way to describe it but NW20 or NW15. That's the type of tone it has, whereas this one, tiny bit yellow, tiny bit yellow. We're gonna go with the yellowish one, of course, because the other one is just like, I'm gonna dab this. Girl, that does not look bad. But there might be some flashback if you take pictures with flash, that's all I'm saying. It's not safe. But it doesn't, in person, it's not like, oh my god, but it might be because I baked first. So it's definitely usable, but I just, if it's a night out and there's gonna be flashing, girl, do not do it, okay? So yeah, I'm just gonna complete the rest of my face and then I'll be back with my final thoughts and review. Okay girlies, I'm back. My liquid lipstick is not dry yet, but I need to finish this video because I need to go. But I am wearing Lime Crime Posh Metallic Velveteen. So I have literally been wanting to wear this for so long, but my eyes are always too dramatic or a different color that I never got to wear it. So I'm glad I got to wear it now because I'm just going with mascara and eyeliner today. That's it, girl, that's it. I know, don't faint. Cream contour palette. Definitely worth the £10 if you're a woman of color, which you most likely will be if you're going to buy the dark palette. The contour shades are perfection. It looks like it goes way past NW50, like it goes really deep. It's really, really, really nice. Highlighters, girl, you will have to find something else unless you're NC40 to NC42, like a Asian skin tone. These two would work for you. However, I don't know if it's worth buying the whole palette just for the contour shades, because Makeup Obsession, you could walk into Boots for £3, you could just walk into Makeup Obsession and grab the cream contour in dark, which I don't know if you can see, and this is basically the same exact. I'm digging my fingers into everything. All three of these actually look just like the cream contour from Makeup Obsession, so I don't really see the need for all of these contour shades when you can just grab this one, which I've literally been loving. You can see I've been using it non-stop. So one tiny criticism which I have heard other women of color say, these need to be like your Freedom palette. These two colors need to be like this top row. They need to be more golden, more yellow, and then this palette will become a staple in my life. If these two had golden yellow undertones, this whole palette would be like, you need it, buy it. But because these two basically become useless, you're only buying it for the cream contours, and you can buy the exact same cream contour from Makeup Obsession. That is my point. Done. Now onto the powder kit. Like I said, these two, well, this one really wasn't bad once I put it on after baking. It didn't cause a white cast, but I know the way flashback works, you can't see it in real life until you flash, you know, photography on it, and then it's like, So yeah, I wouldn't recommend using these under your eyes if you are women of color. If you're NC42, NC40, you know, Asian Indian skin tones, these would work perfect for under eye setting perfection. These contour shades also for Asian skin tones, this contour will work perfectly as well. These will be a tiny bit too deep, but you can still use a very light hand and get a really chiseled look. Women of color, these are perfect contour shades for you. They are perfect gray red tone, just perfection. I love it. The orange powder, I'm not quite sure what its purpose is because this is a contour palette, but it definitely serves as a gorgeous blush. So like I said, you could run into Boots, grab yourself a Makeup Obsession powder contour in dark, and it is exactly same shade, exactly the same shade. So there's really no need for all of this, but if you want it, it's definitely worth it. If you want, you know, a choice, a variation of contour shades, then it's definitely worth the £10, definitely, because the Anastasia ones are like 30 something pound. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely worth the £10, but I just don't know if you're gonna get much use out of every shade. So yeah, girlies, that is my thoughts on the palettes. I definitely thank Makeup Revolution for sending them to me and wanting me to give my opinion. Contours, the powder contours on fleek, but the highlights, let's get some work done, okay? So that's it from me, girlies. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.